Hey, it's Joshua here, another edition of Mortgage Clarity. And today I'm going to talk about a conversation I have with my first time home buyers. Is probably one of the most ones they find the most interesting. It's most important to them. And it has to do with like, if I'm advising my clients, which I am, that I think rates go lower in the future, should they wait to buy the home in the future and get that savings? And that's a fair question. And it's one of these questions I think that all too many home buyers actually get wrong because they're not looking at the full picture. And so I'm going to go through this video and kind of show you kind of how I explain it in general to my first time home buyers and why I think that if you're looking to buy a home, whether you're a first time home buyer or not, if you're looking to purchase a home, I think it's going to likely be cheaper to buy now than to buy later when you look at all the numbers. So let's go ahead and jump into it because the first thing I want to look at is home values. Where are home values going? This is important because your monthly payment is not just your interest rate. It's what you pay for the home, what you put down to your loan amount, and your interest rate. So we're going to look at a scenario here. We're going to just say 5% down. But first, let's talk about where do we see home values going. And this is a chart, and this is a shout out to MBS Highway. They put this together for me here, and it shows just kind of what the different companies out there that do their own analysis, and they have their own way of kind of extrapolating data to determine what they believe the current home appreciation rate is. Now, the two I like best are the top two. That's the Case-Shiller. That's kind of the gold standard. It's the all-in. What they do compared to like FHFA, which is essentially what the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac is doing, Case-Shiller takes into account cash buyers as well as jumbo loans, whereas FHFA is focused only on the conventional loans. And so it doesn't look at cash buyers and doesn't look at jumbo loans. So you're not going to see $1 million homes in their numbers. And I like this number because most of my clients, not all of them, but most of my clients, and certainly most of my first-time home buyers, are not looking at multi-million-dollar homes, but $400,000, $300,000, $500,000 homes. So I think this best represents what's happening to the homes they're interested in. And then again, you have some other like Zillow and Black Knight and CoreLogic that also do their own research. Now, first thing I want to say is, again, for all those people out there who thought home values were going to drop because rates went up, sorry to tell you, didn't really see that. Now, there's micro markets, so certainly you may have found a market, but I think the all-in average, peak to trough on an average, was maybe a 1% to 2% drop in home values. By no means was that a bubble. And you'll see here, all of these different companies, independent companies, they're all showing the housing markets heating up and then values are going up. And this again comes down to, even though we have high rates, we have fewer buyers, we just don't have inventory. And so supply and demand has actually made home ownership and the benefits of that stay strong. So here what we'll look at is, one thing I want to point out is the all-in Case-Shiller. Look how the rate of home appreciation is accelerating. Again, rates haven't really come down. They are down a bit from their highs in October, but they're still elevated. But we're still seeing home values go up, and they're projecting about a 5% pace on 2023 if this keeps up. Now, FHFA, it's a little bit different here. They showed a little bit moderate here, a little bit more growth, but more stability to that one here. Not as much, drop here and then going back up, but they're showing an on pace to 7%. So with all these here, it's all positive, anywhere from 5% to 10%, and we're going to focus in on the 7% number for our estimates. And again, it is an estimate. We don't know exactly what's going to happen in the future, but based on this information, should you wait or buy now if I think rates go lower? So let's move to the next thing here. And this is a cost of weight analysis that I share with my clients, both first-time home buyers and repeat buyers. But it's a way for us to take a look at the all-in cost, which is what we want to focus into. Now you can see that with my clients, I'll look at 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year. But right now for this video, let's just focus in on what happens if you wait a year from now. So if we think values go up 7% a year from now, on a January to January, that's a $500,000 to $535,000, so $35,000 higher in price. However, look at the rate. We're projecting the rate go from 7% down to 5.625%. Now, again, this is not a rate quote, and there's no guarantees to know what the values will actually be or what rates will be. But you can see we're being very aggressive in thinking that there could be a really good savings, which you would think would make the argument to wait be a stronger case. You're almost 1.5% lower rate in 12 months. So does it make sense to wait for that? Well, let's just take a look here and let's just drop down. Again, you'll see that there's a lot more analysis that we do, but we're going to keep it more condensed in the video. Let's look at year one. So if this was correct and home values did go up 35,000, but you got that almost 1.5% lower rate, the difference in the monthly payment compared to today would be $337 a month. Now that's a significant savings, which any homeowner would love to save $337 a month. Absolutely. However, is that really what you're saving, and what did you pay for that? So we're looking at annualized 12 months. This savings is about $4,000 a month savings. However, keep in mind, you had to pay $35,000 more for that house. If you own the home, you would have had that $35,000 in your pocket. Also, during the time you own the home, you were paying down the principal balance. I'm going to assume you're renting in the meantime, so all that money is gone. But as a homeowner, if you make your payment on the first day of every month during that time, you've actually reduced your principal balance towards almost $5,000 less than when you started on day one. So your total savings, if you were to buy today and refinance in the future, would have been almost $40,000. Now, you're obviously going to have costs probably to refinance. So let's just say the cost of that refinance all in with paying a discount fee similar to what you're doing today, and you had some, your lender fees, title and escrow, all that stuff. Let's just say it's $9,825 of hard cost that you had to pay to refi. That still leaves you with a $30,000 savings. So you can see in this scenario, the person who bought today, refinanced a year from now, is $30,000 to the good. But look at what happens if you wait 2 years using these same types of numbers, and at year 3, we're actually seeing the rates go back up. So now there's no longer any savings on payment, but it's a $105,000 cost for the person who waited for year 3 versus year 1, or today. So there's a big difference here. So this is why my advice to my clients are: look, if you can afford a home today, and you find a home today that you like, it works well for your family, I believe you're going to do better financially by buying today in a higher rate market than waiting for a lower rate to purchase at that time. I also think that if we do see rates start to accelerate like we showed in that scenario there, I think you're actually going to see the year-over-year appreciation rate start to speed up, because again, we have a very real inventory issue. And as rates come lower, more buyers come into the market. So if you want to win and you want to get the best deal for your house and you can afford to buy today, you find a house you like today, I think you buy now, refinance later. And if I'm wrong and rates don't ever go lower than they're at today, you probably still want to own a home. Values are still going up at today's rates. You can see the values are going up. I still think you beat today because you'll have the lower price. You'll start reduction on the principal balance. It's said that a person who owns a home compared to a person who rents a home 10 years down later, on average, has a net worth of 40 times the renter. And again, this has to do with that appreciation in value plus reduction of the principal balance of the loan over time, compared to the renter who gets no appreciation and all the rent's gone. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up. If you got comments, whether you agree or disagree or whatever your thoughts are, something that wasn't quite clear, put those in the comments down below. When I see those, I will respond to those comments as well. Be sure to thumbs up and like the page if you would like to have additional updates to other videos, and be sure to share it with your friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.